Hi, welcome back to Finding the Word. It's Melanie Brown, um, the mother of 13. I'm a wife, I'm a daughter, sister, mother in law, and now obedient, a child of God. And that's kind of exciting. And I must say that honestly, doing these videos, which is me being obedient, I was talking about yesterday, definitely feels better than what I thought, because the nervousness seemed like it was about doing it was bigger than what I thought it would be to do the videos. But now I really feel like I feel like a weight off. I guess the obedience feels so much better. So I'm just happy to share that part for anybody who's still trying to find their way in doing something maybe that they're asked to do, like we were talking about yesterday. That definitely feels good to do what it is that you know that you're supposed to go ahead and do. So today I wanted to talk about what was causing those delays for me for the last 12 years and what I was battling and really still continue somewhat to battle. But there's really like a part one, part two to this one because and almost really kind of a part three, like it carries over. So where I'm starting today, and the word for today is fear. And fear is what I have been battling. And so the word for fear, looked up for Hebrew on the scripture that I found. And that scripture is Psalms 34:9. So the Hebrew word is Yahweh. Yahweh. And that is this type of fear, because I looked up two different ones actually. And the first one is respect, reverence, to stand in awe of, to be awed, honor, or morally to revere. So that type of fear is what we have then for the Lord. So in Psalms 34:9, it's, "Oh, fear the Lord, ye his saints, for there is no want to them that fear him. The young lions do lack," this is verse 10, "and suffer hunger, but they that seek the Lord shall not want any good thing." And 11, "Come, ye children, hearken unto me, I will teach you the fear of the Lord." So now this fear is the fear, of course, that enabled me to be able to go forward. However, the other fear, because out of respect and reverence and honor, I know that I want to walk in the obedience. Now, for the other fear, the fear that I've been battling, that one is the scripture I have is 2 Timothy 1:7. "For God hath not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind." Now, the Greek word for that scripture in 2 Timothy is dileia. And then I also saw dileao. And dileia is timidity, it's fearfulness, and cowardice. So that's what was really battling there, was being a coward. It was the fear that was stopping me, as opposed to the reverence and the honor that is the fear of God that moves you forward. So, what happened? I was talking to my dad on a particular day, and I was telling him how I'm always battling fear. And no matter, it seems like how many times I would be praying about it, like, okay, take this away, or Lord, help me with the fears that I'm having, or really trying to get to the bottom of what was stopping me. And it was always this idea of what was being said, or what could be said and being judged. So he was like, his answer was just, "Well, Melanie, your flesh isn't dead yet. You haven't died yet." Um, so I'm like, "Die to my flesh." Not the first time you hear that, because like I've said before, growing up in church and stuff, these are things that are commonly said. But I don't really remember anybody speaking about exactly how you die to the flesh. And I felt like it was interesting because having 13 children, and just being a parent or being a mom, or dad, there's so many sacrifices day to day. There's so many things that can't do, or you have to make adjustments for in your life. Like, you feel like you're always dying to yourself. from that standpoint. It's like whatever you want most of the time does not matter. So it feels like your life is lived that way. Like there's always sacrifice. Like you really don't get to just live in your flesh, meaning just feeling like you're doing whatever you want to do. But I also have people always saying, why would you be afraid to speak in front of people or afraid to go forward or what people would think? You have 13 kids. And to other people, I guess looking in, it feels like there should be nothing in the world that you're scared of at that point. It's like if you could be bold enough and brave enough to birth that many children and keep going like that, why would I be afraid of anything? And truth is, I mean, God has always showed himself faithful. And so yes, yes, if I say that it sounds like that, it's like, well, yeah, I'm okay, I see. But really, with the childbirth, it's like they don't come kind of all at once. You don't just wake up and go, I'm gonna try 13 kids today, and I'm gonna be a mom to all these, and just at one time have to step into it. It's a process that grows. So as it's going, you go from 1 or to 4. It's not a huge difference. It's 6. Then you jump. You have twins. It's 8, and it's a flow, and you just sort of adding more food, cooking bigger meals, packing up more children, kind of, it grows with you, that skill set. And so it's not as daunting. So you just kind of almost look up and realize that is how many people are here, or this is but you grew into it. You know what I mean? So it feels different than that to me. The fears that I would have from day to day, or the things that I felt like I was nervous or afraid about, they really almost grew. I feel like they didn't start off as big as they were, but then it's almost like some kind of seed that fear was planting and growing. So when he was saying, you're not dead yet, your flesh isn't dead. So you're thinking in terms of what people would be saying to you because you're walking in your flesh, for what that feels like, instead of the spirit and what God's asking. And it made sense, but the point was, what am I, God, show me how to change this, or walk me through a path that's going to make this evident for me on how to make it different. Because it just never was, no matter how strong. And then you listen to people that have channels and things, and they can get you really like ready to go, and you'll listen, and it's just like, yes, I can do this, and why not? Like, what am I waiting on? But then, I don't know, you might go get something to eat real quick, or run to the store, and then somewhere in the process, slowly you're like, well, maybe I'll try again tomorrow. And then you just kind of start all over. So this just went on and on. So anyway, what happened next is going to be what is part 2, and what occurred there after that discovery of really how the flesh was controlling me and what to do about that. So anyway, okay, so we had the information on fear. Once again, share anything that you have to share. I'd love to hear it. I'd love to read about it. And be blessed. And don't forget to be finding the word while you're out and about living your life. And I'll see you tomorrow for part 2.